All right, great. Well, I shall hereby call to order our December 4th special meeting of the Auburn City Council. And if you'll all please stand while we have our honor guard.
Present arms.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Ready, place. Forward, march.
Can be seated. Great job, kids. That was great. Very good. All right, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Amara,
Present.
Sierra Salmons,
Present.
Holmes,
Here.
Riddell Harris, here, Mayor Dowden Calvillo.
Present. Let the record show we have a quorum for the purposes of tonight's meeting. First item on the agenda is public comment. This is an item for anybody to address the council on an item that's not on the agenda tonight. We can't take action on said items, but we can refer them to staff for subsequent discussion at a noticed meeting. With that said, is there any public comment? Hearing none, close public comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Councilman Holmes, do you have a public comment?
Well, yes, I do. As a
All
matter-
right. Well, I'll open it back up just for you.
Welcome, Michelle Sierra Salmons to our council for her first meeting. And also I wanted to just mention that I was advised earlier today that National Geographic has done a piece on the gold country of California, including a number of things about Auburn. And I think it's time that we fill the seat of Auburn historian to take advantage of that.
Thank you very much, Councilman. And I think that position has been vacant for some time because we just haven't had applicants. So certainly I think that we could ask that to be re-advertised and hopefully someone will come forward. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Appreciate
Well,
it.
you're most welcome. Yes. Yeah.
We're so cordial. All right. Any additional, is there any other public comment? Seeing none. Public comment is closed and we're going to move on to the next item, which is recognition of Council Member Daniel Berlant. And Daniel, there he is. Daniel. Here, I'm looking for you over here and I don't see you. So Daniel, let's see. Why don't you come up and join me at the lectern? We'll kind of push it out a little bit here, so people could see us. Oh. You remember that Saturday Night Live skit when they had someone was being the press secretary and they drove the lectern all around? You know, maybe we can do that today. No, okay, all right. Let's get down to business and be serious. So, you want to go? Daniel, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a bittersweet moment, of course. Daniel was first elected in 2014 after a stint on the school board, and he served from until October 2023, when Governor Newsom made a special appointment. He is now our state fire marshal for the state of California. So congratulations to you. I know that you served in an acting capacity for quite some time before that appointment was actually made. And so I understand how that goes. So you've done a tremendous job on the city council during your tenure. You served as mayor during COVID. And what a time that was. We had so many meetings. I remember that after your term as mayor, you talked about there was, I don't know, like 100 meetings that we had, just really trying to keep everyone notified as to what was happening. And you really did a great job of keeping people apprised and being transparent. You know, both Rachel and I really have huge shoes to fill when it comes to your social media. Because you just really went out of your way to make sure everyone knew what was going on. So thank you so much. But really, I think your first love has always been fire, right? That's your career. And you did so much for the city with regards to fuel reduction and working with the Bureau of Reclamation to get them to really focus energy and money on the Auburn shaded fuel break. We worked on that for so long, and that's a huge accomplishment. We just need to keep that momentum going. You are also a very strong proponent to open the third fire station, and also supporting staffing at all fire levels as well. And you continue to be a strong advocate for increased roadway maintenance, make sure that we pave our roads and fill those potholes. We're going to really miss you on the council, but I know that you're not far. And so you're just a phone call away. So, and now, some may know this, some may not know this about Daniel, but Daniel job shadowed me during my first tenure on the city council when I was mayor. It was 1998, Daniel? Right around there. And he then ran for city council, and now he had received a gubernatorial appointment. I received a gubernatorial appointment back in 2005 and had to step off the council for the same reasons that Daniel is. So Daniel, I expect to see you here in 15 years so that, you know, you're following along. And so we expect to see you back. Yes, at least. So anyway, with that, I'd like to, on behalf of the city council, to give you this. I'm going to unwrap it for you because it is kind of like Christmas time, but I want to be able to, oh, sorry. Thank you. There we go. No keeping it. This is for you, Daniel, your own badge. This is presented to Daniel Berlant in recognition of your outstanding dedication and service to the city of Auburn and its residents. And so let's show this for everyone here. We wanted to get you something different than just a gavel or what have you. So thanks to the fire department and Amy for that. So I'll give you, if you'd like to say.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, everybody. If you don't know, this is a helmet shield from the Auburn Fire Department. And, you know, as the mayor said, you know, it's hard to believe that it's been almost 10 years, but I ran for city council really to support our fire department as I look for them in this room, but they're probably outside making sure that, oh, there we are, making sure we're not at occupancy load of the room and that the fire extinguishers are working and all that good stuff. But let me just tell you, I look up here, it is kind of awkward to sit back here now, but man, what a powerful group this is. And you know, I follow the footsteps of so many other individuals, former Mayor Cheryl Mackey, who served, you know, a good stint of time. You know, again, almost 10 years on the council. It is absolutely now the next generation's turn, and I like being able to say that. We'll just leave it at that. But it really is bittersweet. I'll just mention I had actually really had hoped to have been able to stay on, but those weren't the cards that I was dealt. And when it was asked to take a spot at the state level to make sure every community, not just Auburn, but every city and every county in California is fire safe, I absolutely was honored to step up to that position. And yes, I'm just a call away, or for now, all 5 of you, or just a text message away and I just joke because I've said to all of them that I will gladly step away unless they want my opinion. But very much I'm honored. I'll just end it with this. Serving Auburn, serving my own family. I got my little son Jackson here that if you don't follow on social media, now you won't see photos anymore since Daniel Berlant, Auburn City Councilman Facebook is defunct. But it's been an honor to represent my own family, my neighbors, our friends, and all the 14,000 residents of Auburn the last 9 years. And I'm not sure I'm going to follow in the mayor's footsteps of coming back or former Mayor Mackey's 3-time, I think, return to the council. But you never say never. But I look forward to seeing you all around. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Daniel. All right, the next item on the agenda is remarks from the outgoing mayor, which is me. So I'm going to give my address and I'll try to keep it brief, but I do have quite a bit to say since it's been a very, very busy year. Good evening, everyone. And again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy evening and your holiday season to be here tonight. It's hard to believe that it's already been a year since my election as mayor of my beloved hometown. It's been an incredibly busy and productive year. Starting at the top, we hired a new city manager, Sean, over here. Okay. As our city manager, and Sean went right to work changing the culture at City Hall for the better and improved staff morale. He also pushed several projects forward, including the city's brand enhancement initiative. It's been a stellar year for Auburn, the endurance capital of the world. Not only were we home to numerous endurance races this year, including Canyons by UTMB, which in its second year brought thousands of folks to our town from all over the world. But after my trip to Chamonix, France this summer, we are well on our way to officiating our Friendship City status with the extreme sport capital of the world. I strongly believe this new relationship will bring more visitors and hopefully adventure and tourist-related businesses to our city. In June, we adopted a $31.37 million spending plan and established new and revised policies for reserve funding. We now have 4 capital reserve accounts with a total of $8.57 million, and we created a new account dedicated for future projects and major equipment purchases with $3 million balance. We continued efforts to spend our $3.4 million in ARPA money, $2.2 million for projects, including $500,000 each for downtown and Old Town, and $1.1 million set aside for our first general plan update since the early 1990s. We conducted the first comprehensive classification and compensation study in 20 years. The study provided several significant insights for the city and provided the basis for successful labor negotiations that ultimately resulted in new collective bargaining agreements and salary increases for all city employees. At the Auburn Airport, we hired Ty Richardson as our management analyst. We completed the East End hangar project as well as new helicopter parking area and adopted the airport land use plan in support of our runway extension project. With swift thinking and creative financing from our economic and community development director, Jonathan Wright, we were successful in retaining Miltenyi Biotech, a global biotechnology company at our Auburn Industrial Park after their almost exodus to the East Coast. Miltenyi Biotech not only provides local jobs in the growing biotech industry, but they are a significant sales tax producer for the city. Form-based code will soon become a reality for Auburn, a product of the Imagine Auburn effort that will result in more streamlined permit processes and a refined vision for Auburn's central commercial core. With the county eventually relocating its offices from the Domes to DeWitt, we secured a $650,000 grant from SACOG to create a master plan for that site that will include high-intensity mixed-use housing and commercial. Looks like we have a new council member up here.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
Hi, Hope. Hi.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's the future. The city also joined for the first time the Greater Sacramento Economic Council to assist in our economic growth efforts. As mayor, I'm especially proud that my council colleagues supported efforts to partner with 2 separate nonprofits this year for the occupation and improvement of 2 city-owned buildings. Coming soon to the old City Hall is the Western States Trail Museum. And congratulations to Almost Free for All, who will bring us art, education, and performance to the Carnegie Library. These relationships will breathe new life to the otherwise empty and rundown spaces, making them again available for public use. The fire department experienced a lot of change this year with the resignation of our fire chief and appointment of John Rogers as our interim fire chief. Our fire personnel saw some sizable increases in salary as we learned how far below the median range we were during our labor negotiations. This also necessitated a change in our staffing structure, which we vow will be temporary. We added a new fire engine and, thanks to Auburn Hook and Ladder, a new drone to our fire arsenal. Many kudos to the great work by Lindsay Davidson, our community risk reduction manager. The fire department received almost $1 million in grants for fuel reduction efforts. In addition, we allocated funding to conduct much needed fuel reduction efforts on city-owned property and kickstarted previously stalled efforts with UP Railroad to create dispensable space along their property. For the first time ever, the city has a dedicated human resources department led by our new hire, Jennifer Leal. The department also hired an experienced human resources analyst who will provide significant focus and attention to service delivery for our employees. Chief Ryan Canan and his stellar police team continued to make public safety a top priority within our 7.5 square miles. With a oriented policing team, also known as the POP team, problem-oriented policing team, the team is comprised of a sergeant, 2 officers, code enforcement, and a part-time community services officer. The role of the POP is to address larger, more global issues within our community, as well as supporting patrol operations and investigations. With technology playing such an important role in our police efforts, this year the department added 6 block automated license plate reader cameras in key locations throughout the city, including the School Park Preserve, which will allow the department to use real-time data to keep our community safe. Under Public Works Manager Menjel Dean, the Public Works Engineering team successfully completed the ADA curb ramp project phases 1 and 2, resulting in a total of 31 ADA compliant ramps throughout the city's core, and completed 2 years worth of overlay projects amounting to 502,236 square feet of overlay improvements. That's a lot of pavement. The city's $6 million solids dewatering project at the wastewater treatment plant, which we recently dedicated, was completed this year, and we replaced a total of 1,100 linear feet of storm drain pipes in the areas of Sunrise Ridge, Circle, and Crimson Court. Our plant once again received statewide recognition as Plant of the Year and Collections of the Year. Our Public Works maintenance team worked incredibly hard last year, especially in light of the crazy weather, coordinating surface treatments on 212,500 square feet of roadways, providing support for more than 35 community events, and maintaining 11 pocket parks outside of ARD's jurisdiction. Over the past year, the city's transit department provided 27,355 rides, covering a combined distance of 111,449 service miles. And the participation in the city's cutting edge and stylish on-demand service continues to skyrocket. Additionally, we expanded our fleet by incorporating 2 more electric vehicles, bringing our total count to 4 electric vehicles. In addition, as your mayor, I participated in countless meetings, including Meddlers once a week, and attended numerous events where I spoke on behalf of the city. Although this is considered a part-time position, I had city functions almost 7 days a week for the past year. I'm sure that my colleagues can agree with that. And so I would be remiss if I didn't thank my family for their support and understanding. Phew, it has been a busy year for Auburn, but I can't imagine it being any other way. Thank you so very much, Auburn. All right, next item on the agenda is council reorganization, and I'd like to open nominations for mayor. And with that said, I'd like to make a nomination for mayor. Sorry about that. It's my pleasure and honor to nominate Rachel Riddell Harris as mayor for 2024. Rachel grew up in the Auburn area and has always been proud to call it home. She and her husband returned to Auburn to raise their family after she completed her BS in Civil and Environmental Engineering at UC Berkeley. Go Bears. Started her public service career and earned her MBA from Sac State. Rachel devoted her career to public service. In 2007, she was selected by the American Society of Civil Engineers as a National Science and Technology Fellow in Washington, D.C., where she worked for the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. It was with the senator's office that she learned firsthand about policymaking and began using her knowledge and skills as an engineer to work on pressing societal changes. Most recently, Rachel spent 15 years working in public power to create and promote energy conservation and customer assistance programs. She is a certified She is a certified energy manager with an extensive background in EVs, energy efficiency, solar, battery storage energy, account management, and strategic planning. Rachel was first elected to the city council in 2020, along with me during COVID. It was a crazy year, but somehow we made it through. And she was elected as vice mayor in 2023. Are there any additional nominations for mayor at this time? Seeing none, and there's no public comment. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Amara,
Yes.
Sarah Sammons.
Yeah. Aye.
Holmes,
Aye.
Riddell Harris. Aye. Mayor Dowden Calvillo.
Aye. Let the record show that the council has unanimously elected Rachel as our new mayor. Congratulations, Rachel. Which now, Madam Clerk?
No, you'll remain in the seats, but she'll go ahead and take her oath right
Okay.
now.
Okay, so.
Nina and Evan, do you want to come up with me? You want to come up with me too?
Say your name.
I, Rachel Harris,
Solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
I take this obligation freely without mental reservation
I take this obligation freely without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
I will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor in and for the city of Auburn,
I will faithfully dispatch the duties of mayor in and for the city of Auburn,
county of Placer,
county of Placer,
state of California,
state of California,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys are setting up.
The floor is yours, Madam Mayor.
Was it my turn?
Yes, to open nominations.
Okay. I now open nominations for vice mayor.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I would like to nominate Sandy Amara as Mayor Pro Tem or Vice Mayor. Sandy is a lifelong Auburn resident, and she spent many years in public service, including time on the Auburn Union School Board as a trustee from 1994 to 2006. She was president 3 times. She served on the City Auburn Planning Commission in 2015 to 2018. And Sandy and I had the pleasure of serving together. Those were the days, Sandy. Those days, we got a lot done on the Planning Commission. She was then elected to City Council in 2018 and reelected in 2022. And she served as mayor in 2022. So this is your second go around. Sandy is very passionate about many things, including collaborating with ARD, let me start that over. Sandy is passionate about many things, and she's taken on many projects. And one of the projects that I'm particularly proud of course, is her work with ARD. And we had a nonprofit in the bringing of 3 pickleball courts here at the School Park Reserve. So those should be up and running, I don't know, in maybe 6 months or so, but just right here in the back where the playground was. So thank you so much for your efforts on that. She's also worked tirelessly on solar improvements to reduce our energy costs. You've been a huge advocate for that. And beautifying our city with much needed bike and pedestrian routes, issues that have been very important to you as well. So I'm very proud to nominate you as Vice Mayor of the City of Auburn.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any other nominations? Okay, with that, I will close nominations. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Sure. And just to confirm, no public comment on this
Oh,
motion.
sorry, no
Nope,
public
no
comment.
problem.
Okay.
Okay, roll. Councilmember Amara?
Sure.
Sierra Salmon,
Aye.
Dowden Calvillo,
Aye.
Holmes,
Aye.
and Mayor Riddell Harris.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
Time for the oath. Yeah.
Yes.
Time for the oath.
Sandy's having her mother register her oath, what I just think is so sweet.
Okay.
Yes.
I, Sandra Amara,
I, Sandra Amara,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith and all allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States of America
to the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of invasion.
or purpose of evasion.
I will faithfully discharge the duties of Vice Mayor
I will faithfully discharge the duties of Vice Mayor
in and for the City of Auburn,
in and for the City of Auburn,
County of Placer,
County of Placer,
State of California,
State of California,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Okay, are we ready for the next? So on behalf of the city council, to the outgoing mayor,
We got you this beautiful vase
Oh,
in
my
appreciation for all of your hard work over the last year. Thank you so much.
I love it. Is this from my favorite? Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, my gosh.
Thank
Well, I
you so much.
appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, for the next item, we will have the council reorganized on the dais. The outgoing mayor will be in the first spot, followed by Councilmember Amara. Mayor Riddell Harris will sit in the middle. Mr. Councilmember Holmes will remain where he is. And Councilmember Sierra Salmons is in the 5th position.
All right, I'm gonna take my-
We all have to take our stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't leave, I have-
All right, exchange seats. Oh, I guess the next one is me, right? Okay, so now we have some remarks from the incoming mayor. So first of all, thank you so much everyone for being here tonight. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the lands that we serve are ancestral homelands of the Nisenan, whose lands are unceded and include the Nisenan village. Can you do it closer, a little closer? Nisenan village of Winea. The city of Auburn supports tribal priorities consistent with the mission to preserve the cultural, natural, and scenic resources on this land. As members of the Auburn community, it is vitally important that we recognize the history of the land on which we live, work, and play. So thank you. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our musical entertainment for tonight. So thank you to Lowbrow. Let's give them a hand. We also have a couple of dignitaries with us tonight. I would like to thank our local elected officials for being here and taking time out of their busy schedule. Placertown County Supervisor Jim Holmes. And also Josh Alpine, who's on the board for PCWA. I would also like to thank our amazing staff for being here tonight and Amy Lynn for our wonderful city clerk for helping organize this meeting and all of the meetings all year long. We are so lucky to have such great staff at the city of Auburn, and we appreciate all of you so much. So thank you. Next, I would like to take a minute to thank some very important people in my life, my family. Without their love and support, I wouldn't be here today. First, my husband, Dwayne. Whenever people ask me how I'm able to be on city council, work full-time, and have 3 children, I give all of the credit to Dwayne. It isn't always easy, but we both work hard to support each other's dreams and aspirations, and he is my rock, and I appreciate him so much. Thank you, Dwayne. I'd also like to introduce Trey, Lena, Evan, and Hope. Those are my wonderful children, and I appreciate their support. Thank you for allowing Hope to come up and sit with me. She is special needs, and so she hasn't actually gotten to go to many things for city council, so I'm excited that she could come tonight. And then another important person here tonight is my mom, Joyce. My mom, my mom always encouraged me and told me that I could be anything I wanted to be. She always filled our house with love, fun, music, and laughter. She gave me unwavering support, and she guided me into adulthood and beyond. Thank you, Mom. I would not be here today without you, and I'm so proud to be your daughter. I would also like to introduce the person that gave me my oath tonight, Terry O'Keefe, or as many of us Colfax alumni call him, Mr. O'Keefe. You probably all have a teacher in your life that you think about when people start talking about that impact that teachers have on children. I've had a lot of great teachers in my day, but he's definitely the first one that springs to mind. When I needed a faculty advisor to start a political debate club in high school, many teachers were either too busy or or didn't like the idea of students talking about politics, but Mr. O'Keefe said, sure, why not? I view that club as the first step to what got me here today. Through the Junior Statesman of America, I learned that you can have discussions, heated debates, and even arguments, and still be friends after. And that is one of the things that I enjoy so much about being on the Auburn City Council. We may disagree on some topics, but I have a deep respect for everyone up here, and I feel so lucky to serve with such kind, passionate, and unfailingly generous people. So thank you all very much. And a big thank you to Mr. O'Keefe and all the teachers out there that have a deep impact on our youth and our community as a whole. And finally, to all of those who have helped me and encouraged me over the last 3 years, you all know who you are. Thank you for being there to listen and lend a helping hand, or maybe sometimes some venting. It has meant more to me than you will ever know, so thank you all. Over the past few weeks, many people have asked me my priorities and what they're going to be as mayor. That question is always hard for me because this is the last year of my 4-year term, and we've already made such great progress with so many things that I wanted to do when I got into office. Here are just a few examples. I wanted to ensure that Auburn was doing its part to protect the environment by reducing our carbon footprint, and I'm happy to report that we have become the first city in Placer County to power our facilities with 100% green energy. I wanted to update our general plan, which is the city's blueprint for meeting our long-term vision and future. That hasn't been updated since 1993, back before cell phones and internet were widely used. The general plan is currently in the process of being updated along with our building codes and our airport master plan. Updating the city's planning documents may not be glamorous, but it's critically important to make sure that we are protecting our history and keeping up with the changing world so that we can continue to thrive as a community. I wanted to build a stronger relationship with our Old Town and Downtown business associations and work together to bring economic prosperity to Auburn. That is a key part of our branding initiative effort that we are completing this year. Our business associations asked the city to lead an effort that would create a brand that would honor our status as the endurance capital of the world and would also be broad enough to include all of our residents and businesses, and I'm excited to see the results. I also wanted to focus on staffing and filling critical roles in our organization that are going to move Auburn forward. We've had the opportunity to hire amazing staff like our city manager, Sean Rebay, Community and Economic Development Director, Jonathan Wright, Human Resources Director, Jennifer Leal, Interim Fire Chief, John Rogers, and many others. We have also been lucky to continue to have the leadership and support of our staff, Police Chief Ryan Canan, City Attorney Gary Bell, Public Works Manager Menjel Dean, and so many more. I wish I could name all the staff that work so hard for us every day, but in the interest of time, I will say to our staff that we are so lucky to have them, and thank you very much to all of our staff. We have worked very hard over the last 3 years on getting the basics right through technology upgrades and process improvements because it's hard to do the new things if you don't have the basics right. I'm excited to say that we have made great progress in that area, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results of many of our projects getting started. This year, I would like to focus on an important missing piece for our city, that is our strategic plan. Unlike the 20-year vision that the general plan provides, the strategic plan sets the goals for the city over the next few years and develops plans for how to achieve those. I will work with the city council to update our strategic plan and ensure that our staff is able to work efficiently and effectively, having a plan that creates clear direction for staff and the community. And it also allows the council to prioritize budget items to ensure that we are able to accomplish our goals and balance the budget. I would like to spend more time engaging with our community and ensuring that we meet the needs of residents, all of our residents. As a full-time working mom, I know it can be hard to attend meetings at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday and provide feedback on items that may be on agendas. I want to ensure that we can meet our families where they are, that we can keep their needs in mind while we're planning for our future. I would also like to ensure that we are reaching out directly to our youth in the community and engaging with them. Our police and fire departments have done a great job engaging our youth, but I think we can do more. I would like to work with the council to develop new ways of building stronger relationships with the youth in our community. There are many things that our council would like to do this year, but we can't do it alone. We need all of your help and support to ensure that Auburn continues to be an amazing city that we all know and love. Thank you so much for being here tonight. If you're available after the meeting, I would like to invite everyone to a get together at my house. I have little things with addresses if you don't know where we live. And I would also like to invite you all to be part of a group picture. This is the biggest gathering of friends and family that I've seen since I got married 10 years ago. And I would love to take a picture with all of you right here after this meeting is over. So with that, if nobody has anything else, then I will say this meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much for coming.